Well, good morning, everybody. Come on, you can do better than that. Good morning, everybody. There, that's what I'm talking about. We've got to remember who we are in this place, right? So don't act out like real mild black women. You know, I know that half of you would have been travelling down here yesterday, looking at all them other black people on that plane going, I wonder if I know them. Nah, I'm not going to say nothing until we're actually in the same cab on the same way to the same hotel. And then next minute, 2 minutes into the yarn, you find out you're related. Yeah, any of that happened for any of you yesterday? Yeah, and no doubt it will continue to happen throughout the day as well. Well, here we are. What a wonderful occasion to be here and to see all of those deadly black women staring back at me. The first thing I'll tell you is never give me a microphone and a captive audience because I will make the most of it all day today. You'll be sick of my voice, and those who've done different programs with me know just what I mean. Of course, I want to acknowledge that we are on the lands of the Ngunnawal Ngambri people and pay our respects to elders and, of course, to this beautiful land. They've certainly turned it on for us, the weather this morning. As I said many times, we always go, don't do these gatherings in Canberra in winter, and yet here we are. So thank you very much. I do appreciate, I love that there are many women in this room who've got some colour on, and then those of us who are just wearing the hoodies, the black shirts, the layers and the thick black jackets. But look, as is always our custom, and the most important thing that we need to do before we begin any other formalities today is to give time and space to our beautiful Dr Matila, who'll conduct a smoking ceremony and a cultural welcome for us all, and then that'll be followed by the dancers, which I'll introduce shortly. Now, I can assure you the fire alarms have been turned off. So I'm going to hand it over to Auntie Matilda.
Sorry guys, just gonna pass here. Just to bring up the microphone. Sorry. The microphone.
You're good.
I probably use a flash.
Is it?
I never do with smoke. It just lights up the particles.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Hello.
Cute.
Hello, everyone.
You got tips there for me throughout?
We're here this morning,
No, that's something I want to run. I'll try.
and what we're doing is this beautiful indoor smoking ceremony. I don't know if you've done it before, but we do it here all the time. So far, the place hasn't been burnt down. You know, I thought I was going to get there this morning, though. But I want to thank you all for being here on the land of our ancestors, the beautiful Ngambri Ngunnawal people. I'm a very proud Ngambri, Wiradjuri, Walgaloo woman. What I learned is who I am was from my great-grandmother. 2 great-grandmothers, actually. Matilda Freeman and Louise Wedge. They were my grandmothers. And my great-grandmother was Daisy Russell. And you know, just to have those names still with me, it means a lot. Because those who still don't know have never heard about how their family genealogy is, well, go and get a book about your mob, sit down and teach your children and your grandchildren. Because that's how the spirit of your land carries on. So here we are today with the beautiful, beautiful women from all around Australia. Women from the Aboriginal Torres Strait Islands, as well as Aboriginal women from right across Australia, and those who travelled in. From where? Somewhere? Put your hand up if you travelled from overseas just for today. Oh, look at all those hands go up. Oh my God. Oh, that one is? Oh, well, whoever rowed a boat either can come. So, you know, being here today on the land, on this very, very special land that, you know, governments has been built and the colonialistic attitude still sticks with our people right across Australia, because blacks today still believe in the colonialistic attitudes. The colonialistic attitudes, they still have to be taught from the people who nurtured them and looked after them, their aunties, their mums, and their grandmothers and great-grandmothers. So it's so lovely to see you all here. Yesterday was a fantastic day with all the youth. Where are all the youth today? Woo! Yeah. I totally enjoyed our day with you yesterday, and I hope you did as well, because we did learn a lot from each other, and that's how the spirit of black women can still be carried on. And that's what we're here today, to keep the spirit of black women, women who have been put down, trodden on, kicked about, and colonialised. Because let me tell you, it still happens in our society of black today. Is the attitude still stand? When you still get young people standing up saying something that they know shit all about. And if you got it from all your other communities, you're not the only one. You're not the Lone Ranger, darling. And I'm not Tonto. Where are you, June Oscar? Can I get this microphone off me? See how they all piss off and leave me?
Yeah, Erin, that roving one.
Hey? I know, see? I love her. I've known her since she was 27 years of age, when she was a very young filly. a little a little wallaby jumping around the paddock. And can I tell you, my hair was jet black. And as long as it is today. But you know, I decided to go feral. I'm a feral. I am a complete feral. My own people can tell you that. Yeah. And that's how life is in our communities right across Australia. We have the tall poppies and those who think they know everything and those who want to do anything. And this is what this forum all this week is about, is teaching our young people how to be survivors. Survivors means it doesn't mean you're getting up every morning, you know, sitting around a campfire making a bit of tea. Or if you're lucky, a cup of coffee, which I didn't get this morning, you know. So, you know, somewhere along the line somebody misses out on something. But anyways, what can I say about June Oscar? Again, I can't keep talking about this woman. She left me here. She left me on my own country 4 years ago and she said, I'll be back. And I said, Arnie said that too. And look at her. She's here today. Not the lady in red, but the lady in pink. June Oscar's given you to hurry up, so we have to go, girls. No, she didn't say that. I just made that up. That's the ochre, isn't it? Yeah. But anyway, I'm running out of smoke. But can I smoke yous? If I can't get yous today, I'll get yous at lunchtime.
Yep.
Is that all right? Because we really got to move, girls. Us women haven't got time to be, you know. We got time for everything, because you must have smelled a bit of smoke somewhere in this auditorium. Yeah, that's what I mean. So, okay, there's a bit of smoke.
Yeah, there.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go and get my possum plate.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right, everybody, so those that are down here, if you can move through the smoking pretty quickly. This is that one time I won't judge you for smoking. This is a good life choice, not a bad life choice. All right. If I can ask you to make your way back to your chairs as quickly as possible. We'll have our dancers coming on shortly. But again, can I just get you all to join me in thanking Auntie Matilda again for that welcome this morning? And another prime example of a black woman and a microphone. All right, so how are we all feeling? Yeah? So as Auntie Matilda said, those who didn't get the chance to go through the smoke this morning, will make time for that to happen in the lunch break today. But I do recall many times when we tried to do smokings like that and somebody forgot to turn the fire systems off, so that was quite interesting. evacuation and a bunch of black women waiting out the front for the firemen to show up. You want- Wait there, there's more.
She thought I was finished. You know, you don't believe 78-year-old women. You just got to go along with us and protect us from all men who were biting at the bit. But anyway, everybody okay? What I'm wearing today is what I had made with a couple of other girls, is my possum rug. It's a possum rug. Not one suffered in Australia. They all come from New Zealand. Yeah, that's why we keep flogging them in rugby and rugby league. You know, hey, yes, hey. Up the bunnies! I'm here today to welcome you, to give you this wonderful welcome, and to make sure that you are the protectors of this earth. You are the protectors of the families. You are the protectors of our elders. Be there. We need you. Just like I needed June Oscar and Jackie Aggins. So now I've got to sit down and shut up. That's what I've been told. There.
In a nice way.
In a nice way.
Okay, thank you. Sit next.
Thank you once again, Arnie. Come on, you mob, you better start cheering a bit louder than that because we got some deadly dancers coming on in a second. There. All right, well, on that basis, can I ask you to give it up for the Yukkembruk Dance Group who will join us right now.
Yeah, you do. One big step.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge our elders past, present and future. I'd also like to acknowledge all our beautiful Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander women with us today. My name's Serena Williams. I'm a very proud Ngunnawal Wiradjuri woman, and we're here today joined with Yukkembruk Dreaming. Yukkembruk! Wak wak. To my right of me, I have my oldest brother, William Tompkins, known as Billy T, songman. My niece, Alicia Williams. Tiana House, my little cuz. Minnie Tompkins, another niece. And Kiara Barker, another niece. So we're going to be doing 3 dances today. We're doing the Yetamura Ngunnawal. That's hello, come. We will sweep the lands for you to leave your footprints here on beautiful country. Najang, the water dance, the cleansing dance that will cleanse you from all harm of all the waters here on Ngunnawal country, the Gudjumbi, the Ginunderi, the Oriole, the Murrumbidgee and the Molonglo. And then we'll be doing the Mulliyan dance. Mulliyan dance is a totem of the Ngunnawal people. Mulliyan is the wedge-tail eagle, and she will guide, protect and oversee you on your journey here on beautiful Ngunnawal country. I'd also like to acknowledge my father's sister, Auntie Matilda, for doing the Welcome to Country this morning. And we're here to do these dances for you today, so we hope that you enjoy them. Thank you.
No. Boro Mamadi. Whoosh. Yermana, Yermana, Nano Dura, Mamadi. Nano Dura, Mamadi. Yermana, Mara, Marade. Nano Dura, Nebidura, Wambadi. Nano Dura, Nebidura. Yerma. Yeremi. Nano Dura. Marbe. Marba. Najan. Najama, Najama, Namade, Mamaji, Mamamaji, Ganjabi, Nanane, Mamade, Kapalamana, Kapalani, Marmambanji, Gajan Bandi, Mambadi, Najan, Najan. And they're drinking that cool Murrumbidgee River water. Najanana, mama, malane, kabalamama, kabalamana, kabalamana, maramajiji, gajamaji, marambaji, najan. Nagawana there, looking for fresh water as well. Yeah. So we got the little, this is the Malian, the eagle. We got the little chicken inside the nest. And she's learning to fly. Malian, Monday. Yerema, Yeremura, Mariana. Here she comes now. Maliana, Manana, Wanane, Manamana, Mana, Gajibidine, Mananane. And they're flying over the land looking for food or any danger to the chick. Maliana, Maliamana, Yanamara. Manana. And he's going back to the nest now, getting tired. He go back to sleep. Maliana, Manana, Manamana, Maliana. Thank you very much. That's it. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much once again to the dancers, and I think that was an absolutely beautiful expression of all of those important stories for women as we move through the next couple of days. So once again, a huge round of applause for Matilda and the dance group. I do want to just acknowledge that unfortunately, as scheduled, we had the Saibai Dance Group joining us this morning that was supposed to perform now. Unfortunately, due to some transit issues, they are still on their way and they will perform for us later this afternoon. But that will also be a wonderful opportunity to experience the strength of culture and to listen to the stories from the Torres Strait region. So now, just before we move into the main plenaries of today, I'm going to firstly ask you all to stand up, have a little stretch, do that whole, I don't know if you want to be like eagles, or you want to just do these job here, YMCA, whatever you want to do. All right, turn to the person next to you. Do a big greeting for this morning. All right. And now to the other one. All right, and now you can take your seats. So see, there's clearly two types of people in this room. The touchy-feely ones who like the hug, and the ones who don't. I would never have asked you to do that anyway. I was living my best life through COVID. Didn't have to touch anyone, it was great. All right, so we do have to get through a few formalities this morning just so that everybody is aware of your location, what you need to do in an emergency, etc. So I'm just going to run through a few of these particular notices for everybody here, and then we will move into the open plenary. As you would have heard last night, today's proceedings are being live streamed, so there will be the need to keep to time on a couple of particular issues because we have people coming in. Now, last night we had the opportunity to kind of kick us off and just say hello and welcome to those that were with us, and I want to acknowledge that there are some people who've been able to join us this morning. So welcome to you all, the newcomers. And of course, one of the things we talked about last night is being in this important space as Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander women, and the importance of recognising all of the work that's gone into making this happen. In particular, of course, the Australian Human Rights Commission as the major sponsor, and we heard some messages last night from both the President and CEO. But of course, the wonderful team that has supported that, and I'll speak about them shortly. But the summit sponsors are also the people who got us here. They're the people that enabled us to bring the many speakers together, to create the wonderful merchandise, the deadly shirts, the jumpers, all of that information in your packs. And so I do want to acknowledge them. Of course, Westpac, the Australian Government, NIAA, Indigenous Business Australia, Telstra, Rio Tinto, PwC, the Fred Hollows Foundation, and our partners NITV and SBS, who are assisting with a lot of the video over the course of the summit and also assisting with our live stream. So can I ask you to thank the sponsors for us? All right, and we all know that some of us are very social media savvy, some of us are not, but that's okay because I believe there's 120 young people in the room who can help us, those who do not know what a Twitter handle is. So where them young people again? Put your hand up. Right, look, find them if you need them. But of course, we want you blasting out over the airwaves about this summit. There were some posts last night, and I think I've got about 40 messages from people going, I've got serious FOMO right now. And I'm like, there now, good job, see? Told you to get your applications in. But of course, if you are going to post on social media, we ask you that you use these hashtags and also tag the First Nations Gender Justice tagline in your Instagram so everybody can be living vicariously through us. So make sure all them photos make it to social media over the next couple of days. Now, on to some housekeeping. As I said to you, that smoking this morning was the only one that I would suggest is a good life choice. Those of you who need to smoke need to go way, way away. Probably stay away. Or what I would suggest is go and visit some of the health booths in the exhibition hall later. Get some no bunda information. But of course, if you really have to smoke, that you will know that there are areas designated outside here for you to do so. The free Wi-Fi, which I'm probably sure most of you probably hooked up to in about 5 minutes from walking into the door, so I don't need to talk to you much about that. You've probably already found the restrooms. And of course, if anybody needs any assistance while in this space, I want to point out the deadly team that's supporting our volunteers and staff that are running around. Most of them will be in white T-shirts. So they're the first point of contact if you need any information, but of course you also know where the registration desk is. Now, we are trying to continue to encourage people to be safe in this COVID environment. I was one of those people who thought, nah, it's right, it's all good. Moved on from COVID now, and about 10 days ago I got COVID, and it knocked me for 6, and there are a few very nervous people wondering about how well I would be from today. So again, just be mindful, COVID is still around. There are hand sanitisers and face masks available all around the building, but I also think that you might have some hand sanitiser and face masks in your bags as well. And just be mindful that everybody has the right to make their own health choices, and that we're not here to judge what people choose to do in terms of their own health and well-being. So the other thing is, of course, now we have turned back on. Well, I don't know if we have yet because the smoke hasn't really cleared. But we will turn back on the fire alarm system, and there is an emergency procedures video which I'd like to just share with you now so that everybody is aware what to do in the case of an emergency.
The National Convention Centre Canberra is dedicated to your safety and would like to take a moment to explain our fire and evacuation procedures in this short presentation. If there is an alarm in the building, an alert tone will commence. The National Convention Centre Canberra Emergency Response Team will investigate the source of the alarm. The Emergency Response Team will verify the cause of alarm, and the Chief Fire Warden will advise guests over the public address system if any action is to be taken. In the case of an evacuation, the evacuation tone will commence and guests will be instructed to evacuate. Please exit via the emergency exit doors in the Royal Theatre to the evacuation points along Corranderk Street and Constitution Avenue. If you are in other areas of the building, please exit via the emergency exit doors to the designated evacuation point in Glebe Park. If you require assistance during an emergency, please contact our staff at reception at the conclusion of this session. Please do not re-enter the building until you're instructed to by the ACT Fire Brigade and National Convention Centre Canberra staff. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So as we mentioned last night, we want this to be a safe and inclusive space for all peoples. We want to acknowledge that this is a space for First Nations women, including cis, transgendered women, sister girls and non-binary people, and that we hope that there is a sense of inclusion through all of the sessions and the full program, and that we have the opportunity to share our stories in a way that brings us strength and brings us insight into these spaces and certainly makes everybody feel welcome. Of course, we also went through a bit of a conversation last night about how we got here, but I think it is important just to remind everybody, and particularly for those who couldn't join us last night, that this is really the culmination of nearly 5 years of work. And of course, as June Oscar was appointed the Social Justice Commissioner, one of the very first priorities that June noted was the importance of hearing from First Nations women around this country. I'm extremely pleased to be able to co-host this summit with June and to have a contribution into what this amazing 4 days is going to look like. We've engaged with thousands of Indigenous women across the country. As you can imagine, that's always a pretty robust time. There's lots of conversations, there's lots of viewpoints. There are amazing ideas that come from our women, and a lot of those ideas have been implemented into the shaping of what the program over the next couple of days will look like. The summit also wants to recognise a number of people who have helped support, and of course yesterday we saw the first of that in terms of the Deadly Inspiring Youth Doing Good mob. Didge, where are you? I know that at 8:30 yesterday morning you were way louder than that. So Didge, stand up, where are you? They're the shy ones in the room. Now, where are them young people again? Stand up. Ah. All right, shout out to the deadly work you did yesterday. We are all very much looking forward to hearing what came out of it. And of course, those who maybe on this side you can't see right now, but we've got this beautiful piece of work that was done by Weller, thank you. And this is the start of the story that was designed by the young people yesterday and will continue to be added to by our wonderful scribe over the next couple of days. So we will have an amazing visual that comes out of this summit. We want to acknowledge the Australian National University and in particular the First Nations portfolio that has supported a lot of the engagement work thus far and leading into a conversation about the Global Institute and what it looks like for us as a First Nations Gender Institute, which of course we'll speak to as part of the agenda later. I want to give special acknowledgement to the members of the Action Coalitions. The Action Coalitions were a group of people that we brought together under the thematic areas to try and shape the conversations over the course of the program and have put in a lot of time and energy making this possible, doing some of the hard yards so that you didn't have to by the time you came here today. And also a special mention to the Summit Design Committee. So if I could ask these individuals to stand up for me, please. Stacey Campton, Chanella Tatapa, Jade Thompson, Catherine Sator, and Callie Rose. So this Summit Design Committee were tasked with what I think started out as a 4-week advisory role and turned into an 18-month conversation at all hours of the day and night, and they provided some fantastic contribution again to making this summit happen, but also guiding a lot of the work that was being done both by the Human Rights Commission team and of course all of the wonderful volunteers. Can we also give a shout out to all the people who showed up yesterday to stuff the bags and to get the signage done and to do all the things behind the scenes. Because if you could have seen on Sunday, we were in rooms where boxes were stacked that high, we couldn't even see each other. So it was a tremendous amount of work to do that. I also want to acknowledge that what you will see throughout the program is my co-facilitator, Carla McGrath. Together we're a phenomenal team. You watch us, it's like magic on stage. And then when it isn't, don't worry about it, we'll move on. But we are very much looking forward to this. It's always exciting to be able to hold the room, to have the conversations, to feel the energy, to feel when it's dipping, we'll make you get up and move around, that's for sure. But importantly, to keep you all engaged and motivated throughout the next few days. I will say, of course, you've also got to remember to be kind to yourself. I hope that many of you took the time to have a good sleep last night because the next few days are pretty full on. But in saying that, there are also a number of spaces that have been provided to you, those with children. So up on the first floor, along the back wall behind the exhibition centre, you'll see that there is both a children's room, a wellbeing room and a quiet room. So if at any time you feel like you want to use those spaces, please know that they are there for you to do so. So other than that, I think that that's enough of the housekeeping stuff. I want to get a bit of a sense over here. I want to know if you're feeling good, no good, or maybe good or no good, right? So where are we at? Are we all good? Oh, come on. Now, I'm going to make this a competition. There could be a prize for the loudest group. There could be, I'm just saying could be. It might be on book up and you'll have to catch it later. But how are we feeling over here? All right, what about this group here? Oh, I think they already got you. This one over here. All right, how about here? You bringing it home or what? Oh, quick, go again. Oh, you fellas. I'm giving you a third go just because that was gammon. Come on. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. All right. So keep that energy going. You know that we are excited to be here, and I can't wait to see what happens next. We have a few minutes, so I'm just going to ask you to do a bit of a stretch or anything that you need to do, because we will move into the main plenaries in a few minutes' time. Can I just remind everybody, 9:30 the main plenary starts, so don't go too far.